Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Pure Gaming over here, and today is all about Atheus. This video is gonna cover his skills, the best talents, the best hero pairs, and even the best artifact you can use for him. If you do find this information useful, please consider subscribing for more videos like this. But without further ado, let's get into it. Atheus is a super powerful hero. He's a flying hero and he also does magic damage. And to be honest, most people do start with the League of Order, which is perfect for Atheus because you do get access to the Celestials. This is a magic and flying troop type, just like Atheus. And also, they are great because they have a way higher damage base than your regular mages. So let's get back into Atheus skills and start looking at what make Atheus so special. But before I even get into that, guys, I cannot stress this enough. Make sure your first skill is upgraded to 5 before you unlock any other. Please, guys, this is the best skill in your hero. This is the active skill that you're going to use when you're fighting other players. This is the most important skill. Get it to 5 before you unlock others. But let's get back into his actual skills. So his first skill is very simple to understand. You just do 800 damage factor to a single target. You do big damage to one person. Simple, pretty straightforward. Now, with his second skill, that's when it starts getting juicy and interesting. His second skills, when you launch a normal attack, right, you get a 30% chance to gain 60 rage. Now, later on, I will show you some testing that I did with this, guys, and you will be surprised how huge of a difference this does makes whenever you're fighting. All right, let's move on to the third skill. And the third skill, Atheus will provide us with a 10% HP to any troop. But if you do use Celestials, you also get a 15% healing bonus. So, I mean, he cares about units, not too much, so you can do a lot of damage with Atheus and regular mages. So, his fourth skill, guys, is good. This will provide us another 20% march speed and a 10% damage reduction, which is great for PvP. Everybody wants this. And finally, when you do awaken him, I do not find this skill exciting, but let's go over it. You do get a 30% chance to gain 400 healing when you get attacked. All right, so you do gotta get target. You cannot get hit by splash damage. This will not trigger if that's the case. You gotta get targeted and get hit. So he has one of the best kits overall in the game. He does great single target damage. He generates a lot of rage to use your active skills a lot more. And he also gives you a lot of march speed and defense. Like, what else can you really ask for in his regular kit? So, moving on to the best pairs, and this is a pretty obvious one, and everybody's gonna see this one coming. Is gonna be Thea. A 5-1-1-1 Thea will do just fine as a secondary for Atheus, if that's all you got. And the reason why this works so good is not because every single time Thea uses her active skill, she's giving you 1,000 shield. This is really good, but this is not the reason. The reason is because she's providing you with 15% hero skill damage boost. And this is huge because Atheus is going to be the only one doing damage on the march. Remember, Thea doesn't have a damage in her active skills. She's going to provide you with shields. So you want to boost Atheus attack as much as possible so you can really crank out the DPS. So the second pairing, and this one you might not see coming, right, is going to be Krieg. And even though Krieg will not be able to use his active skill, right, because he's going to be too far from the enemy, his second skill more than makes up for this. It's gonna give us a 10% hero damage skill boost, but it's also gonna give us a 20% march speed, which is huge for PvP fights. I love this skill. Again, even though he's not doing any damage because he's too far from the enemy, this is huge for your march. Now his third skill is also great. It just gives us a flat 10% attack and defense buff whenever we use our celestials, which is the flying units. And this is pretty damn good for PvP. So even though Atheus is a flyer, like I spoke before, he works really good with your main mage marches like Lilia, like Velen, like Waldir. And if you're actually more free to play, Alwyn will work just the same. He is pretty much an epic version of Velen. So Atheus is gonna make sure that you keep raging so you can use your active skills way more often. And here's why I want to stop and I want to show you a little test that we did, alright? So we grab a level 23 shield throw for both tests. We also use 95k troops for both. We're using Lilia primary on one and Atheus secondary, and the other one we're using Lilia primary and Velen secondary. We're going to count how many times, guys, we use our active skills. Alright, so we're gonna start with Lilia and Velen here first, and then it's gonna be a green dot on the left side of the screen. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 times, guys. So we use our active skill 13 times with the combination of Lilia and Velen. Now let's see what kind of difference we can see in the report now the Atheus got their second skill in the mix. So we can see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, guys. That's 17 times we use our active skill. So Atheus' second ability is completely underrated. It's a sleeper, guys. And with more time and more testing, I am sure that this will become meta. Or even when we get the new legendary flying hero, which is gonna be amazing probably. Now we're gonna talk about briefly about the artifacts that you need for Atheus. And Atheus is a mage. I'm pretty sure you guys already know the answer, but this will be the Phoenix Eye for your legendary option, and the Magic Bomb for your epic option. RIP your boy. I still don't have neither one of them. And last but not least, guys, let's get into what everybody's here for, which is the talents, right? What kind of talents do I use on my Atheus? Alright. And now for the best open field talents on Atheus, we're gonna start with the foundation tree, and we're gonna take the attack. Then from there we're gonna take the march speed, and we're gonna take the health points after that. And then from here we're gonna move into the PvP tree. Here we're gonna take the attack. Then after that we're gonna take the march speed, because march speed is great. Who doesn't want to grab march speed, right? From here we're gonna take high spirits, and this is really good, guys. We got a 10% chance to get 50% rage every single time you do a normal attack. And this stack with your second ability. So this is really good. And then from here we take Army of Valor. It's just some extra damage. Pretty okay. Then from here we move into the final part of the build in this PvP tree. And we're going to grab another march speed boost. And this is great for PvP, guys. After that, we're gonna grab strength to strength. This is another all attack boost, which is fantastic because if you guys think about it, Thea doesn't do any kind of skill damage. So you do want to crank out as much damage as possible with your Atheus. And this is adding a raw 1.5% damage to all your damage, not just your active skill or just all your damage. So keep that in mind, guys. After this, we're going to take Stubborn Fighter. This is another good one, guys. When we fall down 50% troops, we deal 3% more damage. This is more damage. We won this. And in this game, actually, when you're fighting in the open field, you do want your marches to either die or just get to red before you return back home to maximize your stamina. So this works really really good. And lastly but not least, we're gonna take Breach Blade. This is super good effect in the game. So your normal attack will break the enemy's defense by 10% for 5 seconds, every 30 seconds. Again, simple. Your enemy is weaker, you do more damage. It's a slam dunk. You want to have this. Now, to finish this build, we're gonna move on into the magic tree, and then we're gonna start by taking the health. Then after the health, we're gonna pick up foresight. It's a 25% chance to generate 15 rage when you use an active skill, which is great. We're already generating a lot of rage with other parts of the talents. We're already generating a lot of rage with our second skill, so this works really, really good. Then from here, we probably take magic attack. Again, we just want to add as much attack for Atheus as possible, being that his secondary hero does not do skill damage. And lastly but not least, we're gonna take Magic Maelstrom for some extra defense. We can't pick energy boost in this situation because energy boost only works on a AoE attacks, and we only do single target damage. So that's it for today's video, guys. Like and subscribe, and see you guys on the next one.